Ultrawide monitors are, without a doubt, a super popular option for desk setups and for gamers. They are big, they are immersive for gaming, and are great for certain tasks like video editing. But are they really that good for everything? This is a topic that definitely has been talked about in the past, but I think it's worth giving you my perspective after using an ultrawide as my primary monitor for about a year. And after only using a 16:9 monitor for pretty much all my life, I have to admit, I love ultrawide monitors. But I also have to admit that they are really not for everyone, and in some very rare occasions, I really wished I was using a 16:9 high resolution screen instead. Let me explain why. When it comes to gaming, especially when a game properly supports ultrawide, it's an amazing experience. Games like Spider-Man Remastered, Resident Evil 4 Remake, The Witcher 3, all look amazing on an ultrawide screen. But again, that is when a game properly supports it. When it doesn't, well, it kinda sucks. But see, I am a big JRPG fan. The problem is that I've seen this lack of ultrawide support very often with JRPGs. Like, for some strange reason, JRPG developers just don't like ultrawide aspect ratios. Take Tales of Arise, for example. The latest entry in the Tales of series had some amazing graphics and yet no ultrawide support. Scarlet Nexus, another beautiful JRPG by Bandai Namco, no ultrawide support. And that's just to mention a few, and those are the ones that I can remember off the top of my head. As a fan of both this kind of monitors and JRPG games, it just hurts my soul not being able to play some of my favorite games in ultrawide glory, or having to rely on workarounds for that matter that sometimes don't work as well. And like possibly many of you, I have a backlog of older games that I have not played yet. And some of those older games just do not support ultrawide out of the box. So I have to settle for playing in 1440p with black bars on the sides. And this is not necessarily a deal breaker for me. I would just forget about it and enjoy my game, but definitely takes away from the experience of fully enjoying the monitor you bought. Another aspect where using an ultrawide may be amazing but also not so great is in consuming media, like watching YouTube videos or watching movies. The great majority of YouTube videos are filmed in 16:9, so they will play with black bars on the sides when you put them on full screen. An exception to this one is GxAce, an amazing YouTuber with out-of-this-world cinematography who films the majority of his videos in 21:9. By the way, shout out to GxAce, I'm gonna link his channel down below. I think anybody should watch his videos. Movies are a bit better in this aspect, since a good amount of movies are already filmed in 21:9. But when they don't, it's the same case as with YouTube videos. You're gonna get black bars on the sides. Another aspect where ultrawides can excel is productivity. You can comfortably have two browser windows side by side, and it's great. But if you were to have just one window maximized, it's a complete waste of space. Basically, any application that's not 21:9 or 32:9 optimized would look like that. Another thing that I don't often hear is just how bad sharing your screen is through a Zoom call on an ultrawide. If you're sharing your screen, the other person won't just be able to see the screen clearly and at the same size you're seeing it if they don't also have the same type of monitor you have. So if they don't have an ultrawide, it's just gonna look weird on their end. The person sharing their screen, if they have an ultrawide, will have like to resize their window that they're sharing so that the person that is seeing it on the other end can actually see it clearly. This is one of the main reasons why I personally keep a 16:9 screen stacked on top of my ultrawide. It's just so that when I need to present on meetings for work, which I often do, I do not run into these issues. Like I mentioned earlier, and it's probably no surprise, One other aspect where ultra-wide monitors really shine is in video editing. You get to see a really good portion of your entire timeline when editing, and it's just a breeze to cut through clips when you have this much real estate available. And I am just using a 21:9 34-inch screen. Imagine how crazy would that be on a 49-inch 32:9 monitor. So as you can see, there are several pros and cons to using an ultra-wide. When it's properly supported by the applications you use, it's an amazing experience. But if I am being honest, and if you're considering purchasing one, I have to tell you that 16:9 screens are just a safer bet. You won't encounter any surprises with games since they all support 16:9 by default. Same with most of the applications that you would use on your PC on a day-to-day basis. With this, I am not discouraging you from buying an ultra-wide screen if you think that the cons are not deal breakers for you. I think that you will surely enjoy it. I have enjoyed mine in this past year despite the shortcomings. Let me know in the comments if you are using an ultra-wide and what has been your experience. Also, if you're thinking about buying one and have any questions that were not answered in this video, let me know in the comments as well. And that's a wrap. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you guys in the next one.